Alright, so 6000A is probably one of the more celebrated integrated amps of the last decade. It received multiple Editor's Choice and Product of the Year awards. There are a ton of positive YouTube reviews out there, and since its release, it sort of earned itself a bit of a cult status, at least in the entry-level category. But it has been 6 years since that original release, so we're definitely due for an upgrade here. And Audiolab promises that the all-new 6000A Mark II delivers better performance. It's got upgraded tech and smarter connectivity, but how much of a difference does it really make? Is the Mark II just a minor facelift, or does it make real, tangible improvements over the original? Let's find out. Before we jump into the specifics of Mark II's upgrades, it is worth noting Audiolab's more benchmark integrated features. Quality features that have existed in the original 6000A but that have been carried over, like its multi-mode flexibility. 6000A Mark II, like the original, allows you to switch between integrated pre and power amplification modes. So in integrated mode, it's going to function as a traditional all-in-one integrated amplifier, but switch it to pre mode and it's going to run as a dedicated preamp that you can pair with external power amplifiers. Similarly, if you switch it to power mode, it's going to disconnect the pre and run as a dedicated power amp. Now this is a pretty valuable and unique feature for an amplifier at this price point. And so for listeners at the beginning of their hi-fi journey, which is precisely the kind of listener this amp is designed for, they give you a ton of future upgrade paths. Then there's the JFET-based moving magnet phono preamp with the accurate RIAA equalization, so really high quality phono for all those vinyl junkies out there. The dedicated headphone amp with current feedback circuitry. Audiolab has been including these in all of their integrateds. They're very high quality for an inbuilt offering and always a welcome inclusion. And lastly, there's the extensive connectivity of these integrated amps from Audiolab. You get the 3 auxiliary inputs for CD players and streamers. You get the inbuilt phono stage, which I mentioned earlier. There's 2 bi-coaxial and 2 bi-optical inputs apiece. There's Bluetooth 5.1 with aptX HD and the new introduction of HDMI ARC. So 6000A Mark II is very much a continuation of what makes Audiolab integrated amplifiers some of the best in their class. Not only is it feature packed with a stack of Audiolab staples, but it has been upgraded in all the right areas too. Now the 6000A Mark II replaces the original ES9018 DAC with the more advanced ESS Sabre 9038Q2M chipset. A chipset that's actually a direct swipe from the pricier 7000 series. Now this upgrade brings support for 32-bit 768 kHz PCM playback, which is amazing. And it's utilizing the ESS Hypestream 2 architecture and time domain jitter eliminator. So it's simultaneously turning up the detail and turning down noise and distortion. Compared to the original 6000A, the Mark II presents an even cleaner, more precise soundstage. Bass feels tighter and more controlled, adding weight and texture to lower frequencies. Higher frequencies gain extra clarity and refinement, delivering greater nuance in vocals and instruments. And the background is blacker and inkier, making microdynamics like the decay of a cymbal or the breath of vocalists or even the natural reverberation of the recording space more perceptible. I've got a great video on how a blacker, inkier background actually improves these microdynamics, and it's explained in an Audiolab 9000 separates video, which I will link in the description below if you're interested in that sort of thing. But with its premium level digital talents and its entry level price, Mark II is punching well above its weight class here, bringing greater high-end sound quality within the reach of more budget-conscious listeners. I mean, if digital music is your primary source, this DAC upgrade alone makes the Mark II worth serious consideration. 6000A Mark II is bridging the gap between high fidelity audio and home entertainment with the addition of HDMI ARC. This was an absent feature in the original 6000A, but it did land on the more advanced 7000A input list, and it's a really important new addition for several reasons. First off, it offers ever so slightly better integration between home hi-fi and your smart TV, because gone are the days of multiple remotes here. HDMI ARC has the ability to control your amplifier volume via the TV remote. This is something that neither the optical input nor the coaxial input can offer, so it's a really cool new addition. Additionally, this is going to seriously bootstrap that Netflix binging habit of yours by vastly improving your audio quality and therefore the overall entertainment value of movies and TV series. Sound design and scores are really 50% of moving pictures wow factor, and things are going to get very wow with the 6000A Mark II. It is great for gamers, though maybe not so great for the rest of the family if you're blasting a COD multiplayer session at full volume on a Series 2 channel system in the living room. So do bear that in mind for the rest of the people in the house. And there are multiple streaming services available these days via smart TVs, eliminating that immediate need to rush out and purchase a network streamer, at least at the beginning. Smart TVs are really kind of the bottleneck these days when it comes to high-res digital streaming. If you're streaming lossless FLAC via, services like Tidal or Cobars on a smart TV, the audio output of the smart TV is often downsampled to 16-bit 48 kilohertz, and there's no native bit-perfect output. So while CD quality is going to be more than enough to satisfy most people, if you are a die-hard digital streamer looking for that sort of bit-perfect performance, you're going to need an external network player. But for everyone else, this single input unlocks an absolute smorgasbord of high-quality entertainment options, and it's a killer new addition to the 6000A. 6000A Mark II sees a significant upgrade to its power supply and transformer, bringing greater control, dynamic impact, and bass depth. Audiolab introduces an improved 200VA toroidal transformer that delivers higher voltage from its secondary windings while simultaneously reducing impedance for a more stable power flow. Now, complementing this is its 4x15,000 microfarad reservoir capacitors for the power amp supply, giving you 30,000 microfarads per rail. Now, the higher the reservoir capacitance, the more energy storage an amplifier has to handle dynamic peaks in music without losing detail or distorting. And this directly corresponds to better bass control, greater dynamic range, more headroom, and cleaner, more stable sound reproduction. And what this means for your listening experience is sharper transients, punchier bass, and an enhanced sense of rhythm and drive. Drums hit harder, bass lines feel more defined and textured, and dynamic shifts from the soft whispers to loud explosive crescendos are rendered with greater realism and impact. This isn't just about playing music louder, it's about playing music better. So whether you're listening to intricate jazz compositions, high energy rock anthems, or even orchestral scores, the improved power delivery ensures the details are handled both with finesse and with authority, giving your loudspeakers exactly what they need to perform at their best. Mark II stays true to Audiolab's audiophile heritage with a 50 watt per channel Class AB design. It's a deliberate choice in a market that's increasingly dominated by Class D alternatives. Now, why is this better? Well, because Class AB amplification generally preserves the richness, the warmth, the natural tonality that those more discerning listeners demand. At the heart of this design is Audiolab's complementary feedback topology, which enhances linearity and ensures superior thermal stability. Unlike conventional designs, CFB keeps the idle current independent of the output transistor temperatures, maintaining consistent distortion-free performance under demanding loads. And what this means for your listening experience is vocal performance that sound lifelike and organic. Instruments that retain their true timbre. So we're talking here about the crisp attack of a snare drum or the delicate decay of piano notes. And you've got bass that remains tight, controlled, and probably most importantly, textured, free from the bloated overhang common in lesser amplifiers. And while this isn't exactly a direct upgrade, it is really important to note because 6000A Mark II isn't just about power, it is about purity. Whether driving a pair of bookshelf speakers in a near-field setup or filling a large room with sound, this amplifier, with its Class AB amplification, delivers superior levels of detail, dynamics, and musicality with a very distinct Audiolab, dare I say, audiophile flavor. 6000A Mark II upgrades its wireless capabilities with Bluetooth 5.1 and aptX HD, offering improved range, stability, and high-quality streaming compared to the original 6000A. And while Bluetooth is often overlooked in the hi-fi community, it's actually the one connection that everyone can use right out of the box. If you don't have a turntable or a CD player or even a network streamer, there's no drama because almost everyone has a smartphone these days, and almost everyone has a streaming subscription on that smartphone. Hell, Spotify even offer a free tier. With aptX HD, Bluetooth streaming is now capable of 24-bit resolution, meaning you get better detail, less compression, and a more dynamic listening experience. So no more of that thin, lifeless Bluetooth sound. You actually get rich, full-bodied music, no wires required. And this is more than just a convenient feature. The original 6000A's implementation of Bluetooth is actually described as spacious and grand and even epic by the audiophile man, much to his surprise, no less. And I'll add a link for that review in the description below. So with an improved Bluetooth protocol, an upgraded DAC and power supply, expect even greater refinement from 6000A Mark II, making it a really cool plug-and-play solution. 6000A Mark II is really a direct evolution of one of the most celebrated integrated amplifiers of the past decade. It retains everything that made the original great, so its class-leading Class AB amplification, its versatility, and its precision engineering, while refining some key areas that matter most to modern listeners. With its improved power handling, its next-gen DAC, its Bluetooth 5.1 with aptX HD and HDMI ARC, it is the ideal amplifier for price-conscious enthusiasts or those taking their first tentative steps into the world of serious high fidelity. Whether you're spinning vinyl or streaming music or integrating with the modern smart TV, 6000A Mark II is going to ensure that every note, every detail, and every dynamic shift are delivered with real clarity and impact. Entry level really isn't about being the cheapest option. It's actually about being the smartest buy. And if you are looking for one of the smartest entry level buys in hi-fi right now, then the Audiolab 6000A Mark II might well be your integrated amplifier of choice. Well, that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned just a little bit more about the 6000A Mark II and the key features that make it just that much better than the original award-winning 6000A. If there's anything more that you want to know about this incredible new integrated amplifier, simply head on over to avrevolution.com.au or leave a comment for us down below. We will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. I'm Matt. It has been a blast. I'll see you in the next one.